Johanna describes it as when we are walking, running, and we want to take the foot forward to land. We do it with a fifth toe, sort of a supination, and then so we meet the floor, the ground with this side, you can say, and then you stand on the foot. And that is one of the reasons why Feldenkrais wants us to do that, only to show the normal pattern, so to say. And so people say, why, when it is the fifth toe, why do you do the fourth toe? And the reason, you can see here, if you would take the fifth toe, it has no connection up into the body. And the fourth toe is connected here with those bones up to this bone and up to the leg, so to say. So that is why I think he never explained that to us, but I think it has something to do with this. It will not work. I have only to demonstrate. So when you press here and you press, put your finger on the distal part of the metatarsal bone. So you don't do it here, and you don't do it here. You do it here, so it will be sensed as some support. And
so we're talking about the ball of the foot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But the ball could be also a little bit above.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So it's important that you sense
that big knuckle.
Yes, because it will bend the toe when you are there. And also, yes, perhaps we even put a roll there. It's easier for him to be stable. So, and why do you do this? Why do you do this? It is about showing a person the standing position. That is a so-called normal, the anatomical position. And for that, it's needed that you rotate the hip joint inwards. And then the conduit here from the foot, and you rotate so that you can press the caput, the head, into the socket. So if you don't think about that, you see it could go in a lot of different directions. So it's very important that you find the direction so it can go into there. And when you hold, it's not so easy here, because you do it with his right leg with your left hand, and you hold around here with your fifth finger or metacarpal part to help. You do this and you help to rotate with your finger, with the ball, like this. So you use this hand too. So you don't only use your left hand. So you have to have some contact here, and you press, and at the same time you do this movement. Known to you?
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
you know all about this. Okay?
So far, so good.
So far, good. So, someone on the bench?
You jump in. Oh, Calvin.
Go on, Suzy.
So now it is back position. I think they have there, yes. Because here is more space for you.
You should look at your shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And same with her. Come.
Sorry.
Yes, you can come with me. Perhaps even with more.
Yeah. There were hard ones the other day, weren't there? Which are quite.
Yes. Come.
Oh, the those green ones.
Oh, there's loads of them here.
There's some.
Not those hard green
No,
ones.
but there's these.
Oh, yeah, those are the ones.
Maybe I dreamt it.
No, there's one here.
Oh, they are.
So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
such exciting news. That looks a bit high. Too high. They look, yeah, they
Two
look.
hours older. You take the soft ones away and put the others back.
And one of these.
I would think it's okay.
That's enough.
It's even a little bit too you have the small towers or what?
Yes, what about this? Yeah, try that. About this.
I think it is. I think this is. Okay, and does she need some support here? Yes, why not? She's just small support, but I think she needs it somehow. So I go so far that I come to the spinal scapula. So from the spinal scapula, I have to put that. Okay? Both sides, okay?
That one's lower than that one.
Still? Okay, now I have touched her, so I know. But as I have done that, I will perhaps only go there to sense what she's doing, to see the difference afterwards. So, because now when I lift her spinal, I sense, don't do that. I don't know anything about lifting my shoulders. So I sense her extension pattern is holding her so that it is not at all easy for her to release. Okay, I've sensed that. How is she prepared to do an inward rotation to press the seventh? I always say seventh, the fourth toe. And when you look at her now, she's lying very straight, so to say. And how to rotate a leg when you are in this position. I think you sense that you are jerking.
Yeah, this leg.
Yes, yes, yes.
Quite a wild horse.
So when it's a little bit lifted and the pelvis is more prepared to move, let's see now. Much easier. So I would say always put the roll under the knees. Always, always, always. Because then it's more optional to reach something. So, and you see the same here? She says this is troublesome, but how about this one? It's not moving at all. Okay. So
It only hurts when it moves.
both. And why not?
Easy.
Easy. Yes. So even so easy, I think I start with this one. And that is, of course, because she says it's troublesome, so it's not so troublesome here. So now I must think about the direction. How is her pelvis directed? Where, in which direction comes the head into the socket? So I try first to see if perhaps this could be a little bit easier. And then I have to check. Yes, she's prepared to do an inward rotation. And also to know, you see she's overstretching her leg a bit. So I can't, you see, overstretching, so I can't lift because that could harm. So I use the roller like that. And now I need the connection that she can also rotate from here. You see, it's not easy. So it's easy up there, but it's not easy with a long lever. So I have to talk to her to counter. We did that. So I come to the counter and I start to roll inward. And here I notice, here is her limit. So she doesn't allow more rotation. So I stayed there and she made an acceptance. And I could move a little bit more, but her brain said, oh yes, of course I can. So she helped with reflexively. So I have to say, here, listen to my hand. You can lean on my hand. That she doesn't start to help me. So as I have sensed that she's happy, she has control. I do it for the hand. So this hand only follows. So that she doesn't need to use her muscles. We do something with the skeleton. So I move the leg through the skeleton. I stay there again. Perhaps she needs another acceptance.
So in this way, you're allowing the big muscles to switch off. So the idea is then once you get
Yes. So
the
they
distal part, they
They
don't
know.
have to work.
No. They know. Okay, she accepted, so I go on, because acceptance means, I know what you mean, I have to release, I have to go on. So that's what I mean when something is accepted, all or none law makes it not useful to go on. Aha, so there she is. So let's see now if she accepts the lever, the long lever. Aha. So you don't need to do anything, because now she's. Let's see if she can, if she can rotate my leg without. So she starts to help me. But you see here, now she's free. So I know that she's prepared to have this support. So I change my leg, my hand, and I put this part against the heel bone, and I go to her seventh vertebra. Thank you.
The other keystone.
And when I do this, you see, it's not so easy for her to rotate. Don't listen to me. So I take her out a little bit. Because this is very important, to find the right angle. And now, you see, she does it. Not so often, but still, she does it. And the important thing is now to start with the fourth toe here, but go into pronation, because the pronation makes the rolling of the leg. So people do this and people do this and nothing happens. So you have to really emphasize the pronation. And when I emphasize, you see that she rotates. There. And when she starts, and my other hand leads a little bit, telling, you know, your tailbone goes a little bit outwards. That is why I talk about the tailbone and this hand. Okay? So, as she is overstretched, I can't lift her. I would like to lift a little bit more, because
You need a bigger roller.
yes.
What's the overstretching that you're feeling or seeing? What's
The knee.
overstretched?
The knee.
You see?
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Is it bigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try. I think I want here. Yes. Now you can see. Now something starts.
Yeah.
So she starts to move her head. So that is what I do. I grab her heel and let her grip, and I push the fourth toe and give the foot a pronation, and then I land in her. And she has already been breathing, so I can oscillate from here on, not from here. So I go to the stop, and then, then from the stop I oscillate.
Mm.
perhaps I need it. Hummus. So I try, and I of course hold the heel when I do this, because when I hold only, leave the foot free, it could be very uncomfortable. The foot is hanging around. And you see, she has the same problem here. So I try again. Take a trochanter. It could sometimes the trochanter is very close to the sacrum when someone has those tensions.
Mm.
She's already there. Okay, so I do the job on the trochanter, and I wait for her to that she gives me the leg. She's a little bit rotating herself. So I wait until I sense a big leg hanging on my hand.
Are you using this?
Yes, yes.
Right, okay,
Yes,
under
yes,
the
yes. I
sort of
can't
lip.
do it.
Mhm.
I will have to do it there.
Okay.
She has wheel accepted. Perhaps it was only an acceptance of my putting the hand here. I don't know. But I'll try to see if I find a good position. That's 1 millimeter. And I wait again. Aha! Now suddenly she realized something. So it's a little bit easier. Okay. And now I'm just holding here and I'm moving the trochanter. So I'm not talking to her muscles who do the inward rotation and the adduction. When my German version came out, I'm using always adduction, and someone said, she's using too much terminology. But how on earth could I explain this without? It's impossible. Okay. So now I move a little bit non-differentiated, sort of non-differentiated feeling or sensing that I take both together, but it is it's a rotation. It's a very ordinary rotation. Just to see if she answers to this, but she doesn't. So I go on again, and you see she needs something under her trochanter. So I think I would go because there are muscles connecting to sacrum, and yes, more or less sacrum. So I go with my other fingers close to the sacrum, the border, where it starts. You see, now she starts to outward rotate, that her leg falls out a little. And the problem for you to know about anatomy is that the muscles who do inward rotation and outward rotation, they are here, both of them. So I happened to reach the inward rotator. So the inward rotator said, okay, I can release. She dares. I sense that she very carefully could I do this? What happens with my leg if I release it? You know, it could be a distance of 10 meters for her. And when she has been holding it for many years, and she suddenly starts to release, it could be very much. Okay. She's doing something under my hands. I think she even tries something out. As you see, she's doing both inward and outward rotation. And now when I hold my fingertips here at the sacrum, I sense I could sit here all day.
We'll go for lunch.
It's like a ball, I would say a ball. It's so hard.
See, that's where we need to be, Nancy, because we might think it's about.
Yes, it's a muscle, it's not the bone, it's the senses. Are you sore here?
No, I mean, the feeling I have is like, it's just like effort substitution. I think.
Yeah,
It just feels like a huge relief because I don't know how to.
No, you can't do it yourself. Of course you can't do it yourself. But it releases, it happens something.
You must have been there a good 3-4 minutes, right?
Already?
Yeah. It's a long time.
Could be an hour sometimes.
Yeah, no, really, no.
But Susie, you were talking about this. This was yesterday, wasn't it? When we had the leg up and I was on her pelvis, we were talking about shortening the psoas.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I can't go any further because of the tension behind. I mean, that's deep, so
Yes,
it's,
yes.
there's obviously more
Yes,
than just
her-
that, but
her
it's
hamstring
Yeah.
and her glute muscles
everything
are
around
holding
there.
back.
Yeah.
It's all that horse riding.
Yes. But you talk about 5 minutes, and I talk about an hour. You know, when it is a problem, she senses go on forever,
Right.
because it's there.
Yeah.
There is my problem. So they are very happy when you can find their problem and try to melt.
How long has it taken to get to that? You talk about 3 minutes, but how long has it taken for it to be
Years.
like that? You know,
Yeah.
this is what I say in the ATMs. You know, they want to be fixed, and I say, but how long has it taken you to get to this point?
Yes. They don't, of course, because I usually say, how many times did you go to a masseur? And they accept that.
Yes. Yeah.
But also in our training, and I understand why, you know, so this sort of thing would be demonstrated and then you go and try it. And so we never saw, sometimes it takes hours to
Yes.
sit here and do this.
Yes, and that is what I am critical to Johanna too, because he took the person who probably could accept.
Right. Oh yes, of course. And did the easy one. Yes.
He always took the easy one.
Yeah.
Easy demo.
So that I think they did in your training.
Oh, of course. Well,
We only had half an hour, didn't we?
yeah,
Yes.
you know, yeah.
And then you don't see the problems.
Yes.
exactly heat, but it's like
Yeah,
it's
so
low. It's nice.
something happens. Yes, because I'm sinking in the muscle. Now she's suddenly tensed up again. But I sense that I'm coming deeper in. So I just wait, and the muscle lets me in. So it's not, you can only do this, not thinking what will happen and what should I do next. The muscle lets you.
You look very comfortable.
Mm.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah. This would be my issue. After 2 minutes, I'd be like, oh God, I just want to stretch or move.
But you know, sometimes now it's comfortable for me, but sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
And I take a roll
Okay.
or a pillow or something to support myself.
And are you, is it this? I know you can't show me, but.
Just now, here it is here, but here I use my fingertips.
Okay.
Are you in any particular place on the sacrum, at the edge or
I'm not on the sacrum. I'm
side,
yes, between the trochanter and
where the muscles lie?
in the software, so to say.
That was an internet problem. I should have known.
Yeah.
Well, the AI's broken.
But she has released a lot.
It's just such total relief. I can't tell you.
Yes, that's why I spent some time on it.
So this is very common, presumably. We all all have that, and an outcome might be a knee problem or a back problem.
Yes, whatever. Shoulder
Wherever.
problem.
Yeah.
Anything.
You know, it's so connected. The pelvic movements are so connected to. When you think about the diagonals and it's enough to think about the diagonals.
And if someone you said that the internal rotators and the external rotators are together, and we've seen the movement in Suzy's hip. Will it be both equally tight? Yeah. So it doesn't matter that the presentation might be that someone's legs are in this direction or this direction, but they'll both be tight.
No. Yes. It's.
Because if you can't go one way, you can't go the other.
No.
Yeah.
Usually, you know, there are more extensors involved than inward rotators or the adapters. I have a photo in my book about the relation, because here the extensors are very short and the adapters are very long. And this has to fight this one all the time. So they are most of the time very, very strong holding because this is what we do when we are afraid, and we are always afraid of something. So these are very strong. And these have to, you can't be like that, you have to go out. So,
I recognise that pattern again.
Yeah.
I recognise that pattern.
yes.
These are
Yeah.
so tight, but somehow these are too.
Yes.
And my bum does weird things.
You don't want to know.
I can do this, but I can't do this.
An asymmetric bottom.
Indeed, let me tell you, it's not ideal.
They're all the rage.
I think we should make it fashionable.
But now you see something here
Wow.
that I hold a little bit here on the muscle, the bone muscle, and I move the trochanter. So she starts to, but you see this. So there is something. But so let's do it in the way it will happen, because I think it could give her some information that she can go inwards without so much force. So I will go on and try to see if it works. I can also do like this to show her it's here. Now she does it herself. Okay, let her do it herself. Now she knows. Okay. So. You see also here. And also, you see she's come more out with her lower leg. So sometimes you think, okay, it's the direction, but you have to think from here to here. And this could cheat you.
And what did you say about the foot when you said, you see? What I didn't see. That she's got a sort of,
She loves to go there.
Yeah.
Again. Yes. She will sense something. Even a lot. But now you know when she's rotating that her upper leg should come a little bit more out. It looks very much out. But this doesn't look out. So there, yes, I can perhaps give her something. I would like to have her a little bit up. Because she doesn't move her pelvis, and I want her to start to move her pelvis.
So you want the backwards tilt, but you also want it to tilt to the left as well, and slightly.
Well, you can imagine where it goes. That I do a shortening of the pelvis on the right side, opening on the left side, a little bit rotation. Okay, there she is. So you see, I had to look to find the right one. But here, it's not easy to oscillate. But I think you can see something in there.
Oh yes.
Yes. She's a little bit freer. Okay. Shall I take the roll? Thank you.
Susie's gone for the day.
Did you want to?
Shall I her? You
No,
want
no,
to?
no, did you want to feel again? You
Spinal
said.
scapula. Spinal.
Ah, I'm sorry. No,
Roll. Scientific.
Very
of course.
Yeah.
You see.
Yes.
So wherever you start, it happens something everywhere. So you don't need to think about where to start. Just start.
Interesting.
Amazing. Thanks, Susie. I want you
Now she has tilted her pelvis a little bit. Perhaps I could give her some more ideas. So, and why do I do this?
So she doesn't press. So she doesn't press down.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so I just take some hand on the pelvis here, backward, and a little bit here at the side. Okay. And how does she tilt her pelvis? So look up, and then you tilt the pelvis, and look down. Okay, and you look up. Yes. Okay.
Can I just get a few
So now you
Thanks.
stay up there. Okay. So can you stay? Look up. Can you stay there? And tilt the pelvis. Yes. Now she's pushing her hamstrings. When she does this, her hamstring goes together. So here you are doing something with your hamstrings and your hip joints and whatever.
And ideally, I wouldn't be.
Pardon?
Or is that good or not?
This is very good. Because this is not good.
No.
And I make jokes with my clients and say, you love to lie in the couch looking TV? Yes. So you sense the difference that you can tilt your pelvis without moving your trunk. And what did you do? You looked downwards and you rounded your back and you tilted backwards. And now you are trying to differentiate, not using the trunk, but using the pelvis. Okay, don't do too much, but to give you some idea.
I just have to stop myself
Mhm.
clenching my
Mhm.
palm.
So leave your knees. Again, come a little bit forward so I can sit behind you. Of course, she's tensing when she's doing over. It comes together. Thank you. So, yes, she knew. So just come towards my hands. You don't need to press much. Come, stretch your knees. Stretch. Yeah, so I stop her when she starts to overdo. There, how about your tensing up now? And you release, bend a little bit. Aha. And you know, she doesn't know how to bend her knees. She does something here.
I don't know anything.
It's only been 4 years, Suzy, don't worry.
Been 53 years.
Yeah, that's well.
So, okay, come a little bit
You're
here.
in good company though.
Yeah.
So, come a little bit with your left leg. Yes. Okay, can you stay there? Okay, come a little bit there, good, there. And then I take her. So, can you sense your heels? There, yes, there they are. And now I rotate your knees a little bit inward. And is it possible to stand there for a while? And how about your buttocks? Are they the same tension or did something happen there?
No, they're not tight.
No, but you sense a difference. You don't know what you sense,
Yeah.
you sense it.
I feel like my feet are like that.
Yes. What I tried to show her from the force, the inward rotation. Inward rotation means releasing here. And she says she feels this.
So were you saying that she was hyperextending in the knees or too bent in the knee, hyperextending?
Hyperextending, yes. And that causes this.
And you've softened her forwards and you've inwardly rotated in the hips to widen the
Yes.
backside.
So that is something you can do with yourself. The next 20 years. Working perfect. So shall we criticize her even more?
She's a wild horse, she can take it.
Such a tall woman makes so small steps. You've got quite small feet. But you have long legs. They should come, yes. And that is also, we don't, I just try to you to see this. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
But it has something to do with your pelvic movements and your lower back, that you don't do this. The horse has to do this to try up, up.
As we're talking about horses.
Oh, wow. I just think somehow I'm deficient because I always think you should extend so you get this, somehow this obnoxious stretch. Crikey, right. Yeah, I've never seen it, but yeah.
Perhaps that's why you have some shoulder problems.
Yeah.
that you
Sort of do this very, rather fascist sort of thing. On my legs and I walk.
And that's your only problem.
I know.
You're a secret
Okay,
fascist.
focus here. So is it extremely new to you, or is it something you could accept?
What bit? All of it?
Yes, all of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel they're very different. And it just feels that I mean, I need to be with it, but I don't really, it feels, this is very different, and it feels very like, almost to do with like being born or something. It feels quite deep thing about having long legs and like trying to kind of manage them. So yeah, I mean, I definitely feel freer in my pelvis. Yeah.
So it's not, if you do too much and it's not accepted, there will never be a change. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, I want more.
What you said about managing your legs.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who's very, very tall, really long legs, very slim as well. So she kind of looks like Bambi. They're a little bit knocked. And I'm fascinated by her walk because she seems to be able to run very easily, as in does races long distance without training, because she's kind of a skeleton, no weight at all. But when she walks and runs, it's all jiggly. It's like there's no control. And I kind of wince and think, oh, there's, I don't mean in a horrible way. I mean in this way, there's an injury waiting to happen, but it doesn't. And I'd see if I could, because I have the short, big legs, completely opposite, but she takes her leg round, and the pelvis kind of like, it's like, and they're a bit bowed. And it's like she's just been born and learnt to walk like an animal. Does that make sense? And I kind of wonder if that's good or bad. Like, there's no in the middle. It looks completely
Look
out
at
of
her when
control.
she does it. Look at her. Do it again.
Okay, let me see if I can.
And look,
It's
she's
all
doing nothing.
bad. It's
There is
all.
not differentiating her hip joints, her hips.
No.
She does.
Yeah, the leg gets pulled along by a sort of rotation of the hip. Yeah.
Yes.
But when you said the controlling of these long legs, I instantly thought of her because that's what I see in her. And I think, oh, I'd love to get her on the table and get her to control her legs. And then I think, maybe I would completely buck her up, But there's this little,
She has to move forward through her pelvis.
Yes.
Legs.
And so perhaps she's got a grip all round there. But visually it looks like they're all flapping around and they're just coming for the ride. It's fascinating, isn't it, how everyone's patterns are.
You are a dancer. You are
No, I'm not a dancer. I am
but you're trained dancing.
no.